Hello and welcome to the Luxury Lounge. That's right, every Thursday we head in the lounge and we air our grievances with the world. We shut the door and no one can look at you and go, no, that's not a big enough issue. All issues are big issues here in the lounge, and if you have a complaint, send it into JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. That's JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Title it Luxury Lounge. Let us know what you're talking about. And I always say this, the best complaints are specific complaints. Specificity. That's our good friend here in the lounge. Because the more specific a complaint, the more we can gnaw on the bone and take the juice and drip it into our mouths. That's right, JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. And people, I'm on the road. If you want to come see me, JaredFreid.com. We got dates, JaredFreid.com. I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. I'm there this weekend. Phoenix, Buffalo, Chicago, Detroit, Albany, Milwaukee, Baltimore, Richmond, JaredFreid.com. Come to the shows. Bring a crew. Assemble the group chat. Basically, if you like the Luxury Lounge, you'll love the stand-up because it's just an hour of me complaining and you laughing at the complaints. That's really what stand-up is. I'm very excited for today's guest, a hilarious comic himself, Dan Soder. Thank you for coming on.
Man, it's crazy to be on this podcast where you don't start by shouting.
This is the non-shouting one.
I love that. This is such a soothing way to start.
Well, you should hear the music. We're in the lounge. We got to we got to take it down a notch.
I just remember being in Harlem at your old place. Right. And you just shrieking to start.
Screaming.
Like a banshee.
Well, getting people ready. No, well, listen, that was about life advice, dating advice. You got to pump yourself up.
I love
Here, this is about easing into the leather chairs. Yeah, we're here on YouTube, youtube.com/JaredFreid. We got complaints. People, I mean, this podcast is like the other, this is the other side of the brain, the right side, left side of the brain.
Dude, I love it. That's slacks. This is linen.
That's right. Fine linen. Everyone linen. Go follow Dan Soder at Dan Soder, dansoder.com. He's got live dates. Where are you going next? What do you got?
I don't know when this comes out, so
It comes out not this Thursday, but the next Thursday. So It'll be the 25th.
25th, come check me out in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Improv.
That's where I'm going to be.
Yeah, Addison Improv in Texas, Houston Improv in Texas. And then I will also, I'm trying to think where else I am, but for now, that's good. Go to D.C.
Soder's hilarious. You're going to love him if you don't already. He's got an HBO special, so you can go. I love when people have a special. It's like a business. That becomes your virtual business card.
Yeah.
You can go right now to HBO Max, type in type in Dan Soder. You'll get a full hour of comedy, and it's fantastic and funny. It's a date night. It's a Sunday on the couch. It's a hungover Tuesday. That is like the perfect way to consume stand-up comedy. It's there.
And it was like 50-50 blessed and cursed with. It was a gift and a curse because it came out right before the pandemic.
Yes.
But not at the right time in the pandemic, like Tiger King. It came out like 4 months before. So now I have a lot of people, the blessing of it is now people go back and they're like, dude, you have an HBO hour special.
Right.
And you're like, fuck yeah, go watch it. Because HBO Max launched during the pandemic. I'm like, oh, it's way easier.
Yeah. And that's the other thing is that like someone comes and sees you on the road, that's already there. It's done.
Oh my God.
It's over.
Yeah, I think I'm like, minutes wise, I have like 80 new minutes since that one. So you're not
so
even
jealous of you. I have an hour, but it's like an hour 20 with fat.
Oh, everything. I got a lot of fat on mine. I'm constantly cutting.
But I've done it. There's 45 of it that I've done for like a year now. Like it's red. That's out of the oven. I got to tape that.
Yeah, you got to slash and burn. You tape some so that new can grow, and then you keep. Because it's the age of constant content.
We're here in the lounge. I mean, that's the thing. When it's constant content, you got to figure out other ways to put out different things.
And stand-up is the thing that takes time.
Yeah.
It's not when you see people rush stand-up, you could tell it sucks.
Yeah.
But when you see someone like really work on it, you're like, damn, that's a good joke.
And you want people in the crowd to know that you're in the oven with me cooking.
Yeah,
and sometimes people know it and sometimes people don't.
Well, stand-up in 2023 has became what DJing was in 2012.
Okay.
Where it's just like anybody can... You remember like someone would just pick up a MacBook?
Yeah, and just put on a mouse head.
Yeah, but they would like... Someone would just be standing in the lobby of a hotel and they'd be like... Oh, look, they're mixing Beyonce into cake.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, yeah, I'm a DJ here. That's what stand-up is now. Where they're like, I do stand-up. And you're like, how long have you been doing it? And they're like, like, a year, but I'm headlining. And you're like, it's crazy.
I mean, I heard someone on TikTok, they were like explaining that their TikToks had to be prepared like a stand-up set.
No.
And I like shriveled into myself, farted, and then became a fart and dispersed into the sky. Like, I was so mad.
Like, real comedy fans, I think when they watch that, they know, and they're like, this stuff. But again, it's like DJing where a lot of people just don't know about it.
They shouldn't, and they don't care.
Yeah, but that's what sucks for us, people that are going to do stand-up the rest of their lives.
Right.
Is because Giannis Pappas explained this to me years ago. He goes, what happens is people come in and they watch bad stand-up, and then they're like, I don't like stand-up.
Right.
But it's like, no. You just caught a shit act.
You saw bad stuff.
You just saw bad stuff. Come see good stuff.
Yeah, you saw.
There's so much good stuff out there.
And there's a lot of good. I mean, I always, whenever someone's like, this podcast, who do you like? I go to the guest list of this podcast.
Yeah.
I put on people I like to see and watch and be around. And that's why you're here today. And everyone needs to go follow Dan Soder at Dan Soder on Instagram, on all social media. The special, it's on HBO right now. Search it in. You're going to love it. You got to.
That might be the last. Stamp. That might be one of the last specials ever to be made on mainstream stuff.
You never know. I mean, it's just going to be 1 minute clips forever.
Yeah, dude.
So listen, let's go to the lounge. I'm going to do my complaint, then you'll do your complaint. Hit the music, Shelby. Jared, he has some problems. Jared, he's got some issues to do. Get off his chest right now. Jared has a lot of issues. Jared has a issue with a lot of things that we can discuss. Can you relate to the problem now? See? Last weekend I was in Dayton, Ohio. I went and played golf. I'm getting into golf as like something to do during the day on the road.
And business. You're going to become
golf business
exponentially
guy
richer
if I'm on the course.
I'm telling you right
deals.
now. One of my best friends got into golf.
Yeah.
He's like 6 tax brackets away from me now.
See, I just need to know. I just want to keep up. Like, I don't want to be good at golf. I
want to be good. That's my problem, and I suck.
I suck so bad.
So bad.
Here's the thing that should make you feel comfortable. Everyone sucks. Everyone. There's one guy that's good. Everyone knows who that guy is, and everyone else is just hacking.
Man, but watching someone that you know get good.
It's annoying. My brother.
Nate Bargatze.
My brother was good right away.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is be able to drive the ball. I can't drive. Straight. I go
consistent and straight.
That's all I want.
Me too.
I think about this with the piano. Like, I want to learn one song on the piano, and that I could walk into a room, play the song, and people go, "Oh my God, you play the piano? Do another." And I'll go, "I can't. That's it."
Did you ever
just do one?
Did you ever hear the Jim Two's bit about he knows bass, which is the worst for that fantasy?
Okay, no.
Because he comes in and he's like, "I just played the 5th of all your favorite songs." It's so
boom,
funny.
boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
Jim Two's does a great bit about that. But yeah,
go follow Jim. It's hilarious comic.
The piano thing is everyone wants to be in the lobby of a hotel and just and then
one.
Play.
Yes.
But what would be your song?
Something Beethoven-y, something that
you gotta go classical.
Yeah, you gotta go classical.
I would go, and then when they asked you, you'd be like, yes, that's Ludwig.
Yeah, number 5.
Yeah.
Whatever the number is.
Oh, this is Mozart. Mozart wrote this in very...
Yeah.
You want to say it before you play it?
You just have to know everything about that one song.
Hyper-focus.
That's it. Just hyper-focus. If you and that's the way to talk about those, the stand-up DJs.
Yeah.
If you can do one thing, if you can go on TikTok and be like, and dance really good, like, you own that space.
You know who does that? Is the guy that does all of the songs from our past and then recreates the band coming up with it. Whether it be like
I know
the
exactly.
GoldenEye theme or like, and he does it, and it's like the same.
It's very
thing.
funny,
very funny. Same thing every time.
Well, that's the key to TikTok. You have to have one bit that's refillable and different enough, but the same. Jesus. So that's the key to TikTok. I mean, Remy Bader, who's been on this show, she's fantastic. She's a plus size model, and she would try on clothes from companies to see how they fit a plus size woman, and you go, that's the perfect TikTok bit. New companies every time, new jokes with the new outfits, and it's funny every time, the same thing. I don't have to change my view on it.
And that it should be the thing where it breaks inevitably is when the another person comes in and they go like, we could turn this into a movie.
Right. And
it's called Trying It On. About a big girl that can't find the right pants.
Well, then you stop doing the thing that got you huge.
But then all your fans are like, you fucking changed.
You sold out. Because you have to
but
sell
selling out's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
I think now selling out is what our generation thought of as going blowing up. You're like when you sell out now, like we were talking about this before the podcast, when I saw her, who I think HER, she's like a phenomenal artist.
Right.
And then she's just doing a nationwide jingle. And you're like, oh man, I think younger people are like, hell yeah, get that money.
Get the bag.
And us, we're like, no. We're used to Schwarzenegger going over to Japan to make a soda commercial.
Right. We're Japan.
Totally.
We're Japan.
Everyone's just selling everything.
Well, so I go to Dayton.
Yeah.
Okay, to play golf or to do shows, but then during the day I play golf.
Shout out the Dayton Funny Bone.
Dayton Funny Bone. I think there's 7 people in town because there's no one to sell tickets to.
Yeah.
So if you're signed up for 4 shows, you're going to do 2. That's Dayton's motto. Yeah. So I go to play golf during the day on Saturday, and I go alone, and so I'm playing by myself. And it's packed. It's Saturday, beautiful day in Dayton. It's a public course. There's a group of 3 in front of me. So I'm waiting behind them. And I'm okay. I'm in the cart. I'm on my phone. I wait behind them. They go. And then I wait a little bit. And then I go. The course is so packed that the line is backing up.
Yeah, you get traffic.
So, which is fine. So they play, and I go behind them. And there's hills. It's a golf course. So I start, and I hit my drive, and I'm playing better than I usually play.
Of course, because you're alone.
Because I'm alone. Yeah,
anybody else be there.
Right.
Yeah. And you're going to tell the story, and everyone's going to be like, dude, I've played with you. You suck.
Yeah, you suck. And I'm like, no, that was my day. Yeah.
No, I fucking did it.
So I hit the first ball, and then over the hill, I'm like assuming they're gone. So I go to hit the second ball, and it goes over the hill, and I'm like, no problem. I get in my cart. I go to find my ball. This guy goes, chill. And I go, and he goes, you almost hit my son. And it's like, first of all, almost doesn't count.
Shut up. How old's the kid?
The kid is in his 20s.
Fucking shut. Your daddy's going to talk for you?
Right.
Your daddy?
And I go, sorry. And he goes, etiquette. This is my complaint. The word etiquette is subjective. Yeah. We don't have the book out. I couldn't go to the book and go to chapter 5 and go golf.
There it is.
Right. Oh,
you go, sorry, sir, I didn't see it in the second chapter.
Right. So etiquette is just, you have your version of etiquette, I have my version. Yeah. My version of etiquette is, hey, there's a guy behind you. Let him play through you because you guys are slow as fuck. So
there's one of you.
Right.
You're by yourself. That's absolutely the move.
Etiquette.
By the way, grocery store.
Yep.
Anywhere, fucking gas station.
Right.
There's 5 of you, and you're taking a while. One guy.
Go on through. And this is the thing. My problem is, first to yell etiquette gets to own the etiquette. That's the bullshit thing.
But unfortunately, that's like a big thing in our just how we are as people now. Like people take the word and like use it. And it's like, oh, remember when someone would hit you in school, when someone would be like, you're a rubber and I'm glue, whatever you say, and you're like, fuck, you got the nukes.
Right.
You got the fucking nuclear weapons.
Yes.
That's how it feels where you're like, you can't use etiquette against me. Because now he picked up he's got a gun on you.
Right. He's got etiquette.
And you're like, sportsmanship.
Right. I have it's moral high ground. Yeah. He has gone to the top of Moral Mountain and he has said, get the fuck down.
Yeah. He's Obi-Wan and you're Anakin, and he's like, I've got the high ground, Anakin. I've got the high ground.
Right. I got nothing to go for.
Like, that's right, mate.
And I was so mad because I wanted to be like, well, my etiquette is better than your etiquette. Yeah. And it's like
East Coast etiquette.
And and it's like, do you think I came to the golf course to hit a 20-year-old kid?
You know what you should have done is while he was yelling at you, you should have pulled a tee and a ball out and like put it in the grass and just like talk and then get your driver out.
Start
aiming it at his son.
Yeah.
And he goes, etiquette, John run. And he's just like,
this is why I came here today.
3-wood's gonna bang right into your fucking skull. Yeah, that's just people who listen. I also could be on his side and a ball comes flying over, you're ready for war.
Right. But that's the thing.
But it's how you handle
it. If the ball comes over to me and I go, hey, man, slow it down.
That's all you got to say.
My issue isn't, listen, I may have been wrong. My issue is pulling out of the sheath the etiquette sword.
Yeah, that is one of the ones that I hate the most because it immediately, I'm always defensive, but then it's like, oh, defense mode activated.
Right.
Now you've actually done it.
Well, the same thing, it happens with Karen. Like, first to say Karen is the one that's right. Is the one that's...
You're being a Karen and you're like...
No, someone
broke into my
up.
home. Right. I'm calling the police because you broke into my home.
Right.
You've been a real Karen about this B&E.
Let's go to Dan's complaint. Hit the music.
Dan's complaint.
It's the guest's turn to complain. They're ready to jump in.
He was ready to jump in.
They've got lots of problems too. It ain't all about Jared. Let's hear their complaint of the day. Let's hear their complaint
Here's where I go, Frasier
of
Crane.
the day. They're invited on the show.
See how I hit that high
to
note?
have some fun and complain.
No, ready for
with
here's the
you.
Frasier part.
Let's hear that complaint.
Damn, dude. That's Jared's tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
That's right.
Oh, baby, I hear the blues are calling. You know, you watch a lot of cable in hotel rooms.
I love it.
I ate an edible and watched a good 3 hours of Frasier. Still don't get it.
You don't like Frasier?
Nah. Tried. Legitimately gave it a run.
There's some really good episodes of Frasier.
And this really bummed me out because I'm doing a bit about being middle-aged.
Uh-huh.
Looked it up. 2 years younger than Frasier Crane in season 1.
Here's the thing about Frasier Crane season 1. Yeah. His hair... We have not adjusted for how hair looks in 2022.
Yeah, because I also saw a video of high school kids in the 80s. Mm-hmm. They looked older than me now, and I'm 39.
We have not adjusted. I mean, watch the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
7-year-old women, they look 1,000 years old in the Golden Girls.
My mom's 75. She doesn't look near the age of the women in Golden Girls.
Like a Golden Girl. Yeah. And it would be insulting.
Yeah, to be like, you're a Golden Girl. And then I'd be like, they're actually younger than you in
right.
that show.
Right.
Like, fuck you.
What's your complaint?
Very uptown problems.
Yeah, this is a luxury lounge.
Yeah, luxury lounge. Grubhub and Seamless. Mm-hmm. Girlfriend and I don't go out a lot. Mm-hmm. We both work a lot.
Yep.
When we're home, we like to be home. We like the comforts of home.
Yep.
We like to eat food and watch Jeopardy that's DVR'd. Mm-hmm. We like to have our little space. We order takeout a lot.
Yeah.
It's New York City. Her building is a buzz-in building, so there's no doorman.
Okay.
So you have to buzz the people in. During COVID, they just leave it outside your door.
Right.
Still pretty much the practice. Seamless and Grubhub, you tip before... When you order, you tip.
It makes no sense. We've gone over this on other...
So you have.
Well, we've gone over the idea that we're tipping ahead of what you tip for.
And recently, in the past year, it's gotten very bad where delivery drivers are missing things, bringing the wrong order.
Right.
And they just leave it outside your door, and then they don't knock. They text you, and then you go and you find out something's wrong. I've had guys who don't want to figure out the buzzer system.
Yeah.
So they just leave it on the street. Mm-hmm. So I've had people where they're like, dude, this one guy, this was the funniest. We had hot food coming from a restaurant we really like. Guy called me, and I was like, hey, man, here's how the buzzer works. You got to do this until this and then hit this. Mm-hmm. And he goes, yeah, man. While you're explaining all this, your food's getting cold. And I went, what's up?
It's like a hostage situation.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, your food's getting cold. So, and I was like,
you heard?
I go, are you fucking kidding me? And he goes, nah, man. He was just so sure of himself.
Yeah.
And then just left it outside.
Here's the problem.
I think you should be able to go in like Uber Eats. Mm-hmm. You can adjust your tip.
Here's the problem. We live in a society where the boss is not seen.
Yeah.
There's no bosses. The boss is either on his mega yacht
Yes.
or It is you don't work for the boss.
That's it.
So
that's the one I think.
With these Postmates, they don't work for the restaurant.
Grubhub doesn't work for the restaurant.
No.
They're just guys picking up a shift.
They work for Mr. Grubhub, who's on the super yacht. Yeah. So they don't answer to anybody.
And so this was crazy. Katie had like a big day, like a very big day. Had to go call a Mets game. It was like fucking and she like woke up early because our dog had diarrhea. And so she was up doing her work, and she came in the bedroom while I was kind of waking up, and she's like, I fucking want McDonald's breakfast so bad. I got to do so much work. I'm going to order McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you want me? And I'm like, no, but you're good. I'm going to go back to sleep. Have your day. The guy brought her Dunkin' Donuts and left it outside. And she goes, this isn't even the place I ordered. And
he's basically like, eat it, pig.
Yeah. And
right.
she called Grubhub, and they were like, he's not allowed to look in the bags. And she goes, yeah. He brought me the wrong restaurant.
Right.
And she goes, the driver said he brought you the right order. And she goes, it's the wrong name. It's the wrong restaurant. She goes, can you just refund me? I would like to order again before. And by the time she got off the phone, McDonald's wasn't serving breakfast anymore.
The guy at Grubhub was like, your food's getting cold. You better shut the fuck up, bitch.
That's same attitude. Same attitude all the time. You should be able to adjust the tip.
Yes.
Because I had an Uber Eats guy when I was on the road. And so, sometimes when you're on the road, everything shuts down.
Yes, of
Uber
course.
Eats is the only way to go. And it's like a Wendy's 3 miles away that you can't walk to. I ordered it was something like that. I ordered like Wendy's or some shit. And the dude took like an hour and a half. It was like 2:30 in the morning. And I'm like, damn, I just need to eat something.
Yeah.
I haven't ate all night. I'm like, dude, what's going on or whatever? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, it was the worst. It was just like one of the worst experiences. And I tipped the guy 30%.
Yeah.
So I get my food and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Where were you? He's like, I don't know, man. It's like late. Why are you so worried? He thinks I'm just like a drunk guy eating at a hotel.
Right.
I'm sober and I just need my dinner. So I could go back in and drop him down to 15%.
That's the thing that this country was built on. Like, do the job I'm paying for.
The tip is supposed to be, great job. That's some for you.
Right.
That's what that is.
Well,
but now restaurants and now like Starbucks and Dunkin' and shit, they're getting away with being like, tip for that coffee. And you're like, hey, aren't you paying them out?
Yeah, what's going on? Well, no one's paying living wages.
That's it.
That's the other problem.
That's the thing.
Like we're us and Mr. Duncan. Yeah, the yacht people.
The Grubhubs, I mean, us clowns, we're making a good scratch right now.
Right.
Because we're selling our bodies.
Right.
But like the billionaires, like the Grubhub guys, they're like, I don't give a fuck.
No, they're a number.
Yeah.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. You have to take care of your mind. We spend so much time taking care of our skin, our hair, our teeth, and so little care of the most important body part, the brain. How well you take care of your brain affects how you experience life. Investing time and energy into mental health is crucial to being happy. Eating right, working out, and getting plenty of sleep are a good start, but there is no substitute for talk therapy. I gotta say, I love what BetterHelp is here to do. It's here to make therapy accessible. And I am the type of person that says, you know what, I should do something. Then I Google it, and then I start questioning, well, who am I Googling? What am I doing? I've never done this before. I'm the type of person that doesn't want to go into someone's office that they don't know and they're not sure about it. This is a great first toe in the water of professional therapy. BetterHelp makes online therapy accessible, convenient, and affordable. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and live chat therapy sessions. You can choose to not see anyone on camera. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. That's the thing. It's quick. And it's relatively easy. Accessibility, that's the word. JTrain listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/JTrain. That's betterhelp.com/JTrain. The wait is almost over. Football is about to begin. Get ready for the NFL Week 1 action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. To celebrate the return of football, DraftKings is giving new customers a can't-miss offer. Bet just $5 on any football game and get $200 in free bets instantly. That's free money, people. Want more action for opening night? Experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. Bet on any NFL team of your choice, and if your team leads by 7 points at any point during the game, you get paid instantly, even if your team loses. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JTrain to get $200 in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That's code JTrain. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Luxury Lounge, window too big, ceilings too high. West Elm curtain rod. Dear Jared, thank you for this luxurious space to air our grievances. Feather your nuts, feather, feather. I recently moved into a beautiful San Francisco apartment with lovely Victorian charm and 16-foot ceilings and lots of beautiful windows, including a huge window in the main room. Everything was fine until the sun set. At night, everyone's light streams into my apartment and literally lights up my studio like it's daytime. I ordered a $170 West Elm double curtain rod and a $70 blackout curtains to do the window justice. When I went to hang the curtain rod was way too complicated, including needing to screw things into the world's tiniest Allen wrench. I couldn't do it, partially because of the stupid Allen wrench, which I dropped multiple times, but also because I had to borrow my landlord's 8-foot ladder to even reach the top of the window, and I was still reaching up at an odd angle. My neck hurt, and so did my pride. Ended up returning the West Elm curtain rod, and now I'm waiting for something cheaper and more basic, and living with a construction-grade ladder while I wait for a new one to arrive before I return it to my landlord. All I wanted to do was sleep in the dark at night, which is apparently too much to ask. Sincerely, Sleepless in San Francisco. What do you think?
This is when you don't return the West Elm, because that's going to be great.
Yeah.
You hire somebody to help you.
Yes.
This is where you need someone, like I would do that.
Right.
I would be like, fuck, I can't do this. Who around me? Who can I get?
You have to admit your faults.
Yeah, you have to be like, I can't do this.
You can't do this.
So who can I...
TaskRabbit.
TaskRabbit? Even your...
I had someone put up the background here.
It probably was no thing for them, and they made some money, and they were on their way.
We were all happy.
And that's also a part of it. It's just being like, hey, I can't fucking do this. Can you do this?
Even
your landlord.
Here's the problem.
With the 8-foot... be like, hey, if I give you $50... could you help me hang these?
Well, here's the problem. How is it when you rent a place, the idea that you are not included is window treatment is
crazy.
Insane.
I got a COVID apartment in 2020. Mm-hmm. 1 bedroom. It was great. And then realized like, oh, I need the blinds. Mm-hmm. And then I hadn't gone through that process in 15 years.
Right.
So I was rusty. And then I forgot that you have to order enough to go all the way.
Yes.
Thank God Caitlin Palufo, who's unbelievable and way more handy than I'll ever be.
Yeah.
She was like, I can help you with that. Came in and installed wood blocks to build out.
Why are we doing this on an apartment
By the way,
that's not ours?
I moved out and I just left them.
Yeah,
I'm like,
next person gets them.
Yeah.
That's the problem is we all do this thing. Next person gets them. I came in here. The window over here had thank God it had the hangers for the rod.
So all you got to do is...
So I just had to buy a rod and curtain.
That's great.
If that wasn't there, I would be living... I wouldn't sleep. You'd walk in, my eyes would be wide open. I wouldn't have any... I would have gone the rest of my life.
Because deep down, we're still those college freshmen.
Yes.
That are just like, I'm in, I don't care, TV on the ground, whatever. Yeah. There's still part of that in us. As you get older, you learn how to fix those. But this is a thing where I would immediately...
Also, you don't have the part of why you put up window treatment is to go, I'm adding value to my home.
It also looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. I'm going to be here forever. When you rent somewhere, you go, I'm here a year.
Yeah.
Just block out
and if
the
it
sun.
doesn't fall, like I get where they're coming from, where they're like, it just didn't work, returned it, whatever. I'll figure it out. But in that moment, I think you pivot and you just go like, who can help me?
Put the $50 in. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Luxury Lounge. Exact Venmo amounts. Hey, thank you so much for creating this podcast. It makes my day listening to everyone else's first world problems. LOL. Here's my complaint for the Luxury Lounge. I can't stand when you owe someone money on Venmo and they ask you to send the exact payment to the cent. I have a group of friends that will pay for dinner on their card or something and say, can you pay me exactly $27.21, please? When I request money from people, I really don't care if they send me the extra change. I'll ask them to send me $27. I don't know if anyone else has this pet peeve or my friends are just cheap. Thank you. I totally agree with this.
I really don't care because Venmo isn't a thing of breaking. You don't have to break money into change.
Fair.
It's just you just type.
You just type it.
You're not. It's easy. It's just like, okay, 21 cents.
Right.
Like, who cares?
I don't like how it sounds in my brain.
Because
27.21, please.
Because you're relating back to the days of, hey, you owe me 27.21.
Right.
If I said that to you in person, you'd be like, fuck off.
What's wrong with you?
Instead, I'd probably be like, if you owed me 27.21, I'd be like, or I'd just give you 30. And I'd be
Right.
like, there. That's if Venmo is a little more like that. I mean, I get what they're saying,
The
but
tone of it.
the tone is bothered.
The tone is what
bothers
bothers me. And that's the thing. And we relate tone to the person doing it. This is the problem with social media is we don't hate social media. We hate certain people. And now we relate it to their social media presence.
Because your voice for reading their shit might not be how they
said it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a problem with me in all aspects of my life.
Well, I see a comment on Instagram where it's like, this is actually funny. I want to block that person because I read it as, well, this is actually funny. In relation to what? The other things I post?
Brother, I've been up and down that mountain too many times. I can't do it. I just can't anymore. I'm like, now I do stuff and I'm like, I know how it felt.
Mm-hmm.
I know how it felt in the room, but I'm so bad at Big J used to laugh at me all the time where he'd be like, you legitimately read comments on Twitter that are compliments and you take them as insults. Where they're like,
that's the situation exactly. Like, hey, it's 27.21. Oh, what?
21.
21, huh?
Okay. Are you a bean counter?
Right. What's the 21 cents matter to you? Mm-hmm. Right.
But if you really think about it, if you take a step back,
of course,
and take your own voice out of their voice,
totally.
It's just like
we need voice. We need there to be an accompanying voice to comments.
Yeah, you.
So right now on Hinge, on Hinge you can put you can answer a prompt with a voice response. So you can go. It can be like, "What's your deal breaker?" And you'd be like, "Those small ass titties," and you can hear. Them small ass titties. And you'd hear it was a joke and it was fun. Here on Venmo, it should say, hey man, 27.21 whenever you get a chance.
Exactly. Dinner was a blast, man. I broke down the check, 27.21 whenever you got it.
That I'm cool.
But when you go, hey, it's 27.21, right. You go like,
whoa.
Are we having beef from sophomore year when we almost fought?
What else haven't I paid you for?
What are you really going on? What are you holding on to?
JTrain podcast at gmail.com, JTrain podcast at gmail.com here with Dan Soder at Dan Soder, dansoder.com. He's going to be in D.C. He's going to be in Arlington. Go.
Oh, Addison.
I'm
going to be in Dallas, Houston, D.C.
I think I'm doing a similar run. I'm going to Texas, not until the new year, but DC, love that DC room.
I haven't worked it.
I did it a year ago. That's where I'm getting stressed out about the material.
I worked it the week the world shut down.
Really?
That was the last time I was there.
So you were there March 2020.
I was March 12th through the 14th.
So that was the weekend before.
It was the week of. I watched it go from HBO special came out, selling out shows.
Yeah.
I think we were going to add a Thursday late. DC Improv. All 5 were sold out.
Yeah.
Thinking about adding a third. Just did Denver Comedy Works.
Right.
Like 6 or 7 shows sold out. I was
like,
cooking. This is great.
Here we go.
DC Improv. Rolling into it. Always worked at the other club.
Yeah.
So excited. Like by the end of the week, they're like, legally we're allowed to have 50 people in the room. And you're like, okay.
I'll never forget that week because I started getting annoyed with Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I knew because I was like, man, I got this show coming up. I got this show coming up, sold out weekend. Looking ahead, you're going, oh my God, look at this is going to be great, fun shows. I got material. I'm ready to go. And then I remember it was in the news. Seinfeld canceled his shows, and he said something along the lines of like, morally, I can't do it. And I was like, I wanted to be like, I was like, morally, you have a garage full of 100 cars.
Yeah. What do you mean morally?
And I knew from that, I was like, oh man, we are in for a couple of years because the idea that like, I am now disagreeing with someone that like, I don't care, like I'm like the idea that I have to have this moral discussion based on a person with
a billionaire
versus my morals.
Seinfeld always does that where he always pivots to make himself look less of an asshole. Like, remember, you've met him, right?
Not really, but in
and how's that gone?
You're not meeting a warm fella.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then he comes out 3 years ago. He goes, "I'm autistic. That was the whole thing. I'm not really a dickhead.
It's the Sixth Sense."
Yeah, he's like, "The whole time I was dead." It's like, no, you weren't, dude. You're a dick.
Yeah.
It's okay. You and Chris Rock are dickheads. We know that. It's okay. Like, you're not nice to young comics.
That's okay.
It's fine.
I have no time for a young
workplace-
comic. I relate to that.
I would double down on the original Seinfeld being a dick and be like, "Who am I to talk to you? You're the greatest, one of the greatest of all time.
Right.
Created the greatest sitcom of all time.
Right.
Who the fuck am I to say hi, Jerry, when you walk into stand-up New York?
No, you heard nobody. You shouldn't say
Who the fuck am I?
It goes both ways. Yeah.
But don't cop out.
Don't cop out.
Don't be like, actually, this whole time, it was me. I had a mental problem. It's like, no, you didn't.
Well, that's also like the game plan for everyone these days.
Everyone does that.
Everyone does that.
I have behavioral issues.
Yeah. It's
I'm
all.
going to tell you, and like, listen, dude, I've been saying it all the time. I'm learning how defensive I am all the time.
Right.
And now it goes back and it makes a lot of relationships make more sense.
Well,
I was like, what does that mean?
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to start with people like, what's the deal with you? I'm an asshole.
I'm just
I'm
flat out
dickhead.
Prick. I'll tell you this. I'm self-absorbed.
Right. I'm a big piece of shit.
I couldn't give a shit what you
I
have to say.
am nobody's cup of tea.
I'm listening to you just to wait to talk. Can you just say that in conversations now? I'm just waiting to talk. I'm not even listening to any of this.
I've been nodding and smiling because that's what's socially acceptable.
Also, what's the deal with people trying to tell them about themselves? I don't care about you. I care about me.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Luxury Lounge, lazy maintenance guy. Fire his ass. No, my complaint today is that the living room window in my apartment is broken. It does not stay up. The living room window in my apartment doesn't stay up. Okay.
Yeah.
Every time I try to open the window, it slams shut. I put in a maintenance request. When the maintenance guy came and looked at it, he said, "It's broken. You'll need to use a piece of wood or something to prop it open." That's not a solution.
I mean, it kind of is, though, from this guy's perspective.
I guess so.
I hope he's always smoking a cigarette. Where they go, "Hey, my window's broken." He goes, "Put some fucking wood in it. It's fixed." All right, what are you doing? Why are you wasting
Next,
time?
there's a guy on TikTok that I watch, and he does this thing where he fixes things with noodles, pool noodles, and then he's real cocky about it.
Funny.
So he'll fix it, and
Very
he'll go,
funny.
"Next."
That's funny.
And you're like,
very funny.
I want him to come in and fix all. See, he writes, "No duh, it's broken." That's why I put in the request. I told the maintenance guy that I can do that for now, but I'd appreciate it if he could fix it. He reiterated that it's broken and said if it becomes too much to put in another request, and he left. Prop it open. Put in another request if it becomes too much. Why doesn't he just fix it? Isn't that his job? Now I have to be the annoying tenant who keeps harassing them about this damn window. That what do we think?
I 100% empathize with this person.
Totally.
I lived in an apartment where our landlord wouldn't fix things, like, no matter what. But here's the deal.
And you're wondering, before you give us the deal, you're wondering, is this somehow attached to their bonus structure?
Well, my landlord owned the building. Mm-hmm. Shout out Anthony.
Okay.
And he was a real Queens guy.
Yeah.
You call him and be like, "Anthony, there was a piece of tile missing in our shower."
Yeah.
For 5 years.
Okay.
Just exposed. Just had a garbage bag over it.
Where did the tile lead to?
It's right in the shower.
No, but I'm saying what was behind it was just
grout. Old grout.
Old grout. Okay.
Old shit, old stuff to fucking...
What do you need the tile for there?
I need to put a tile on so it completes the shower.
Sure.
It's just a missing tile.
Okay.
It fell off. And I was like, all right. So, and then there was like a little mold, and I'm like, well, let me cover it up. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Yeah, dang. I'm going to be there next week to finish it." Never did. Did you ever come over to me and Vecchion's apartment in Queens?
I think I'd been to it a couple times.
We had a pipe leak in the kitchen, and the water went under and folded a board.
Okay.
So we had legitimately
a hill
in front of our sink. Multiple friends of mine rolled their ankles on it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Anthony, this is crazy." He goes, "Dang, I know, but I got to go and I got to pick up this linoleum. I got to do it." He never fixed it. I moved it out with it being a problem. But I couldn't say shit because he never raised the rent. In 15 years,
interesting.
He raised the rent $100 total on the apartment.
There is something comforting to this is the deal. This is what you get. We ended up just
fixing stuff. We ended up doing a thing where if it was a major problem and it was broken, we would be like, "Hey, we're going to take this off the rent. when we pay it because we're going to get this guy to fix it. And he would show up.
Show up right away.
He'd show up right away.
Yeah, because he doesn't want you,
it's his money.
The upsell.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get caught in with, the handyman who says, plus you got,
this,
materials and this is wrong.
I got to put
They'll
this
tell you
in.
what else is wrong. Oh, have you fit the shower? Well, I got to take down this whole tile.
I got to put in a whole new piping system.
Right. No, you got to stay away.
So Anthony was like, I'm dead. And there was a tile up almost immediately.
So I guess that's the...
He just never fixed the hump.
Is that the reason that this maintenance guy wouldn't fix it, do you think?
Yeah, he's not... It's what
leads to other things?
It's what you said with Grubhub. He's not the boss.
No.
He's not making any money.
Doesn't
The
care.
reason Anthony moved like that was because he owned the building. That rent money was his money. This rent money that they're paying...
This person, what they need to do, they need to get in touch with this person's boss. And they probably don't know that person.
Or... And this is old working class Bruce Springsteen brain.
Sure.
Get a hold of that guy. Talk to that guy. Be like, hey, man.
What's it going to take?
Can I buy you some beer?
Right.
Can I buy you something that, you know what I mean?
There's
you
a 50 if you can fix this window.
Can you fix it? I'll give you $50. You can fix it right now. Because a lot of
Yeah.
times people like that are like, shit, man. When you come to them like people, no one treats anyone like people anymore.
Right.
Everyone treats it transactional.
Again, we've taken away charm.
Yeah.
So we've
very
lost,
right.
Charm is a nerd's biggest enemy.
Yeah, because they're like, I
don't know how to
just
do
pay
that.
him. I'm your boss. But this one, you go, hey, man, can you fix that?
I had at my building in Harlem, we had a guy who worked in the building, and he was awful. I got in screaming matches with him. And
White guy yelling at I'm assuming a black man.
no, he was
Latin?
Albanian.
I don't even know if you should do that.
Right, it was dangerous.
He's like, if you yell at me like this again, you show up.
Maybe that's why I didn't have any fear. He looked like he could have been a Jewish uncle. But this guy, and we really had it out. And his job was to do nothing. Like his job was figuring out ways to not do his job. And I came to realize that after a long time is that everything was about how to make an excuse. So you have to be...
He's like Houdini of responsibility.
Right. You have to figure out a way to make... And this goes back to your landlord where it's like you found a way that he couldn't avoid you anymore because it was going to cost you more to avoid him. How do you make
But then it also was that breaking point of like, I push this guy too far. He's going to be like, by the way... You guys' apartment's $3,500.
It's going to go up. Finding the perfect suit is impossible, but finding a suit that's perfect for you is simple thanks to Indochino. Choose every detail on a suit, shirt, dinner jacket, and more for fully custom pieces at affordable prices that may surprise you. I love wearing my Indochino pants because they fit me perfectly. They hit me right. I never have to worry about them being too tight or too big or too baggy. They look like they're painted onto my body. And that's the thing about custom made. You're not going to go to the rack and find something perfect for you. This is about you. This is about it fitting you. And when something fits, you walk better, you're more confident, you're more comfortable. Every suit is made to your exact measurements, and you can customize every detail. Create a suit that fits you and your style perfectly. They offer options for fabrics, lapel shape, custom monograms, and more. The best part, Indochino suits start from just $449 and shirts from $89. That's a pretty good price for a suit and a shirt, and especially one that's made specifically for you. Indochino also offers completely custom fitted shirts, casual wear, and more. Get a wardrobe personalized to your style and taste without spending a fortune. They're always adding new pieces and options so you can stay on trend and in style. Design your perfect suit with Indochino. Get $50 off any purchase of $399 or more by using promo code JTrain at Indochino.com. That's $50 off a purchase of $399 or more at INDOCHINO.com. Promo code JTrain. Indochino.com. Promo code JTrain.
Shit, we had it at 23.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Here at Dan Soder. At Dan Soder on Instagram. Go follow Luxury Lounge. Pizza scented dry cleaning. Jared and guest Feather, thank you for providing a safe space to complain. My complaint is that the pizza joint has opened directly beside my dry cleaner. This means that my clothes now smell like pizza. I've been using this dry cleaner for years, but last week my clothes had a very distinct pizza smell, which I can only assume is due to the shared ventilation and the pizza aromas wafting into the dry cleaners. I love a fresh slice and I love a fresh laundered shirt, but I do not want my shirt to smell like pepperoni and garlic. I now need to find a new dry cleaner. Thanks. What do we think? This is horrible.
Yeah, you got to find a new dry cleaner.
You got to go somewhere else. The problem with finding a new dry cleaner
and
is...
you should politely tell them why.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, your ventilation system makes all this smell like pizza.
I have to leave.
But thank you. Because they might change. They might
in a breakup, people want to know, why are you breaking up with me?
Yeah.
And you can give a very good reason.
Yeah.
I have to go.
I got to go.
If you can make some changes, I'd love to stay.
You're making me hungry as fuck.
Right.
But no one's paying attention in the boardroom meetings. So like, I could go for a Sicilian.
Can you imagine? You're in your fresh suit.
Yeah, and you'll see the 3/4 numbers working up, and he goes, after this, dude, Coke and a slice? Because I'm fucking famished. I am famished.
Oh, my God. There is, because when you get dressed, you want to smell fresh and clean.
Yeah.
You don't want to smell pizza-ish.
Also, so I don't know how many of your listeners have this problem, but I can't smell. I'm like Dewey Cox.
You can't smell.
It's almost gone. I have to really get my nose on something to smell it.
You have to like put it up to it?
Yeah. Like I cannot smell. And I've gone to doctors. Like I can taste.
Farts?
Nothing.
Someone farts.
Fine.
Just a noise to you.
I've been acting a long time.
Really?
I've been acting. People are like, oh, I'm like, oh, God, gross.
So you never got to be a part of like, ugh.
Dude, no. I mean, when I was younger, I think it's because I started smoking cigarettes when I was so young. And I blow cigarette smoke out of my nose.
And cigarettes just ruins all that.
Yeah, it just like busts up your whole fucking sinuses. So I've gone to doctors, like I've been looked at and stuff. They give me sprays, like open up my sinuses. Nothing.
You can breathe through your nose.
Totally fine.
See, that to me is the only thing I need for my nose.
That's it.
Breathing, but
it's great.
Right.
You know what I can do? I can sit on a subway train while the other ones are packed.
Right.
One smells like piss.
You're in.
I'm walking.
Superpower.
I can walk on the sun.
So, do you appreciate food? Does this
less
hurt
than
your
you do?
appreciation of food? Yes.
Less than you do.
Like going to a nice restaurant, if someone was like $100 a pop, would you be like, doesn't matter to me.
Good
I don't
noodles.
Need that.
The noodles tasted good.
The noodles tasted good.
That's it, man.
I don't know if I would want that superpower.
It's not a thing I chose.
Right. This isn't the life. This is with great power comes great responsibility.
But I'll have to ask Katie how I smell.
Well, I guess this dry cleaner is the one they need to. You could go there.
I could go there easy.
Yeah.
And then I'd just be like, why does everyone get hungry whenever they're around me? Also, the only other person that can go to that dry cleaner is like the CEO of a pizza company.
Right.
Because then he's like,
Papa John.
He's like, I live the life.
Right. He goes,
Mr. Domino.
Right.
You smell terrific.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Luxury Lounge. Just ask first. Dear Jared, Feather, I hate when I'm walking my dog in the city and other people take it as an open invitation to come over with their dog and introduce them without asking me first. I see this all the time.
Yeah.
People will approach the dog, the person gone. It's one then the other.
I think they're saying introduce their dog to their dog.
Sometimes this happens when I'm taking care of his business, aka bend over picking up his poop, and don't have time to prepare the dog myself or stop it at all together if I feel they won't get along.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is other people's dogs.
Yeah, which I listen, as a dog owner, I see it all the time in the city. Well, they'll just be like, hey, my dog's going to interact with your dog.
Two dogs.
And I'm like, I got the leash in one hand, but I got the second hand on the other leash to be like, I'm going to guide her in, see if she's digging it.
Right.
If my dog's not, we're out. But some people are like, yeah, whatever, let them. And you're like, no, don't let them.
The assumptions people make on dogs that they would never do for themselves is crazy. Like, you wouldn't just go up to anyone, hey, how you doing? Like, you'd be like, well, I don't know if I want to get along with this person.
Say hello, you smell each other a little bit, or not, in my case.
Right.
Ocular scan.
Well, it's interesting that, like, people are a la carte when it comes to dog shit. They're like, oh, it's just a dog, and sometimes it's a human. If you can't sit there and go, hey, wait outside and then go, yeah, I'll just bring it up to anybody. That's you can't treat it like a human when you want to, when it's convenient.
Exactly.
And then a dog when it's not convenient.
I bring my dog in with me to bodegas and stuff. She knows.
My dog is large and not always great with every dog he meets, especially other males. He will sometimes growl and lunge at them if they don't hit it off. Then I look like the bad guy when my 60-pound Spitz is growling at your 6-pound Chihuahua. All this would have been avoided if you didn't just assume you could come over and we could have worked out a more successful and safe introduction in a way where my dog wouldn't be reactive. Thanks. And they included a pic of the dog to showcase.
Oh, what a good boy. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm slow rolling Myrtle to meet that dog.
That dog,
Myrtle's going to smell. She's going to see if she wants to interact.
Right.
And then I'm going to go off that.
I mean, as a human, I'm not going up to that dog willy-nilly.
This gripe makes a lot of sense. That's a very good complaint.
Right.
Because I get it. Don't fucking put your dog in my dog's face.
I just don't understand this.
Most of the time I want to walk by you and your dog.
Well, I don't understand this idea that dog means we just all the community is all abiding.
You have your scared wolf. I have my scared wolf.
Yeah.
Let's introduce them to each other. Because those wolves did not have that anxiety before humans took them over.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Bachelorette party woes. Huge fan of everything you do. Let's get right into it. I'm in a wedding this coming fall, and the bachelorette party is in Memphis this September. For reference, I live in New York. We are all in a group chat for the party, and today the bride reached out explaining that someone in the party had dropped out despite having paid their share of the Airbnb. Now the bride is asking everyone to contribute $15 because they have to send the deposit back, and she doesn't want the original person who paid the deposit to eat that money. I know it's not her fault, but I just feel like I'm already paying to fly all the way out there, and for the Airbnb, I just think she should have been assertive with the person who canceled to pay their fair share. Sincerely. What do you think?
Yes. If you cancel, if you're in, they get the Airbnb and they cancel, you still got to pay that.
I don't know. We just talked about this on the episode before this where someone, I guess when it comes to a bachelorette party, I'm with you. Because we just had an email where the person was like, the family trip, they gave $600, then they couldn't go on the family trip, and they were like, can I get my $600 back? And you go, well, that's a family trip. They should put it towards next year's family trip.
Sure.
They're also your family. Like, you're going to have to see these people.
Yeah.
The bachelorette party weekend, you are given a amount, and they go, it's $500 all in. And you go, okay, I can do that.
That's how you make your decision.
That's how you make your decision. Yeah. Now, to come back to people and go, so-and-so's out, it's $550 now, things have changed. I might not have gone on this trip.
That's 100% it.
That's the problem.
You're moving the goalpost.
Yes.
You shift it financially.
And if this is happening now, what's going to happen later?
Yeah.
Well, we can't do the dinner. Let's go to this other thing.
We did this bachelor party. Me, Jay, and Nate were at a friend of ours' bachelor party in Vegas. Mm-hmm. The guy throwing the party, crazy successful.
So it's not the bachelor, it's his friend.
That's throwing this bachelor
party.
Of
course.
None of this falls on the bachelor.
No.
Didn't even organize this. His friend is one of the richest, most successful people I've ever met.
Okay.
This is the idea. Get the room at this hotel in Vegas. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. Mm-hmm. Great. Get the hotel room in Vegas. We go out there. We were not told that we have to pay for A, B, and C. We were told it was just going to happen. Foolishly, we kind of thought like, well, this guy's going to take care of it.
It's a tough assumption.
Picked a major restaurant. Very hard restaurant to get reservations at. There's a big group of us. We had to do something. We had like a gig there, so we had to do something. We were late to the dinner. Mm-hmm. We're not even sat with the private event. We're not in the private dining
restaurant.
room. We're in the restroom on a 6-top because the 6 of us showed up late. We got to pay we got to pay a crazy amount of money. I don't drink alcohol.
Right.
I got to pay this crazy amount for that dinner. Mm-hmm. That I was not told about. I wouldn't have gone to this dinner.
Right.
I would have gone and gotten food somewhere else. That's fucked up. You can't put money on something without warning them.
No, you have to get ahead with a bachelor party, and you can't sit there and you have to give people a menu.
Yeah.
This is what you're getting into.
When I tell you right now, the amount of money I paid at this restaurant, even if I got an opportunity to go to New York, I still harbor resentment.
Right.
Where I'm like, I'm fucking.
Did you talk to the guy afterwards?
I don't know him that well.
So you didn't say
He's
like,
my
hey,
friend's
man,
friend.
You didn't go to your friend and go, hey, what's the deal here?
He's the sweetest boy in the world. Where
Right.
you'd be like, he would immediately be like, I'll pay for it. And you're like, so you know he would. So you're like, it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
But the rest of us were like, what the fuck? It wasn't like I was the one.
The problem is
everyone at that table was like,
the rich guy gets put in charge because he knows shit to do. He
knows the cool shit.
He knows the cool
He's
shit.
also the reason that he can get the private dining room. He's the reason we could get the table.
He's been there before. I got the people. I got the numbers I can call.
I don't want to go to this place for dinner
Right.
if I know I got to pay it. I thought you were fucking. You make millions,
right?
And you're not picking up a dinner,
right?
He could have picked up the dinner.
He could have picked up the dinner.
I don't want to pay fucking $390 for bolognese,
no,
which I could find fucking just as good down the street.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Here with Dan. So we got time for one more. What do we got? 2 more. Okay, ready, Dan?
Let's do it.
Luxury Lounge iPhone timer. JTrain, Feather, I saw you in Madison a few months ago and you were hilarious. Here's my complaint. Like many people, I use my iPhone as my alarm clock every day. When the alarm goes off, the stop button is on the bottom of the screen and the snooze button is in the middle. After using this every day, pushing these buttons has become a habit and I don't need to think about it. The problem is that when I'm cooking dinner sometimes, I'll use the timer function on my iPhone. When the timer goes off, the bottom of the screen has the repeat button and the middle is the stop. Every single time I hit the repeat button and then I either need to go back into the clock on my phone and turn off the timer or just wait for it to go off again. And I hope I push the right button next time. Is Apple just trying to mess with us? What would be the reason the buttons need to be in different places? It seems unlikely to me that the repeat timer button is used more often than the snooze button side. I just want to eat my dinner in peace. What do you think?
I understand what they're doing because we use the timer button for sets when you're on stage. I don't know about you, but I keep my phone up there with the timer going to know how much time I've done.
Yes.
Not the alarm function. The middle button, they're right, is you hit like lap. And
yes.
It like does a whole new thing. Start using your alarm to cook.
Yeah, the bothersome part of this is Apple asserting its dominance over us. Apple knows they have us. Apple knows they have us by the balls.
We're not going anywhere.
We ain't going anywhere. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. They made their phones to work for nerds.
Yeah.
And now we're putting it apart. They don't know. Apple doesn't know our everyday life. That's the other problem.
They got enough data.
But the people, that's the thing. Over time, they learn about us.
Yeah.
But their people don't live like us. So the person that like created the alarm, created the timer, they weren't thinking of cooking dinner for their wife. They're alone. They get delivery. They get Uber. They don't know how normal people live. And this is to show you that they don't. They don't have any relation to us.
It's 100% the disconnect because Apple's just like, well, we use it for this. And you're like,
right.
That's also like when you find out functions from the iPhone that you're like, oh, I didn't know it could even do that.
Right.
And they're like, well, yeah, why wouldn't the calculator be in the search button all the way to the left? And you're like,
why?
I had to go in and get calculator.
Right. That's not how a human would even think to do that.
But then you can also, the good thing about Apple is you can kind of like curtail it to what you need exactly. It's a catch-22. I love using that phrase this time, but it's true. I would say just start cooking with the alarm clock. But I get your gripe because you're going and then you're like, oh, fuck, I restarted it.
JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Let's do one more. Dan Soder, at Dan Soder. Go follow right now. DanSoder.com. HBO Max. Go watch a special. You'll love it. Dishwasher too big. My husband and I just moved into a new apartment. It was perfect, but the kitchen was empty. We had to get the appliances ourselves. This is something very common in Barcelona, where we live.
Barcelona.
We bought the appliances online, one of them being the dishwasher. In the picture, it looked normal, so we got it. When we finally saw it was huge. It's only the two of us in this house, and that dishwasher is meant for a family of 5. The problem is we don't have enough dishes to fill the dishwasher. Not only that, but because we're always trying to fill it, there's always the need to use something that's inside the dishwasher but has not been cleaned yet. So I have to decide if I want to start the dishwasher and feel like an asshole for all the water and energy I'm wasting, or I have to take that dirty spoon and clean it myself because the dishwasher is not loaded enough to start it. Thank you so much, and know that you have a huge fan in Spain. What do you think?
Can you return it?
I wouldn't want to return it just because of the size. It's a dishwasher.
Yeah, fuck.
Also, it is crazy to move into an apartment and then they're like, get all the kitchen stuff you
got to
need.
get the refrigerator and the dishwasher.
Right.
And you're like, what the fuck, dude? I just moved here.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, go buy the refrigerator. And then next year, get rid of the refrigerator.
Right. To me, that's more wasteful.
Yeah, because you have to, when you move out, they're like, it's like we were talking about with blinds.
Yeah.
They're like, get rid of it.
I'm running this dishwasher every meal.
Water costs.
I don't care.
I wonder if they have to pay for the water thing. Here's the thing about this question to two New York City based comedians. We're comfortable without dishwashers.
Yeah.
You live in New York City, you learn most of the time you're washing by hand.
Right. I got the rack. I when I'm cooking, it's cooking, cleaning, washing, cooking, cleaning, washing. It's just all at the same time.
When I moved in with Katie, she has a dishwasher, and it took me months to adjust back to what life was like with a dishwasher.
Right.
Where you're like, oh yeah, you fill it up. So I do understand what they're saying.
You're like an abused animal. Like you're like, oh, I don't couldn't
she goes
use
to pet
it.
me, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't. But now I understand exactly what they mean with like, you fill it up, you want to run it. Because when you run it, it's a whole process. You learn when to run it, how to run it, your dishes time out specifically.
Yeah.
Like when we order from a certain place, like if we order like salads or whatever, you're like, oh, the bowl I usually use for salads in the dishwasher, and we didn't run it yet.
Right.
But if you live in New York, you're like, pop that out. Let's wash it.
Let's give it a little cleaning.
A
Yeah. If I'm them, I'm cleaning after every meal. I'm just doing it.
You don't think you go like, Fridays are going to be dishwasher day. Whatever in the
that could be the case. I understand their plight. I'm trying to figure out.
It also opens you up where you can buy way more dishes now.
Well, this is kind of like clothing is kind of that way. Like some people get, I don't want to ever deal with a laundry day. So I get more clothes for 2 weeks, and then you're down the river where you got like a month's worth of clothing and you never have to do laundry, and you're just living under clothing. I mean, I kind of have that problem here. I've a lot of stuff, clothing just sitting around. I don't know. This is a tough issue. I mean, the other thing, they bring up the Barcelona-ness of it. Like, if I'm in Barcelona, like, I feel like that's a hand towel dish type of place.
Yeah, like you do your dishes with a hand towel over your shoulder and a filterless cigarette, and you have a watch that you take off.
You roll up the nice sleeves.
And then it's just all philosophy and politics. You're naturally ripped.
Yeah.
You don't have fucking American men tits.
Fucking you got olive skin.
Just
hair coming out.
Just kissed by the sun. You look good with a chain on, and you're like
gorgeous. You eat shrimp with the whole shells.
Oh God, you've never had a problem.
Dan Soder, thank you for coming in the lounge. Everyone go follow Dan at Dan Soder on Instagram.
Always
HBO
good.
Max. Always a pleasure. I'm Jared Freid. We're here every Thursday in the lounge. Keep sending your emails, jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. We'll be back next episode. Boom.